Hello everyone, Jetdin here again. Today we'll be doing a review of a legendary aircraft that was with Malaysia Airlines for quite a long time. This is a review of the 1 to 200 scale Malaysia Airlines DC-10-30 made by AV200. Okay, so let's proceed. So first, let's take a look at the aircraft from the front port side. As you can see, the massive cockpit windows of this airplane. Now, just to remind you guys, AV200 released this model in two different liveries. This particular airframe. No, not this particular airframe, a different registration number. One in the Malaysia Airlines system red stripe livery, and this one is the more modern 90s livery, the blue red cheat line livery. This has got to be, for me, as somebody who's born in the 90s, the closest Malaysia Airlines livery to my heart. Very nostalgic to me. So of course, now you can see the front first door. Now this model was released somewhere in 2010. Therefore, for a die-cast 1 to 200 scale model, the details are a bit lacking compared to the current crop of scale models. So as you can see there, the door, the windows, so the details are, like I said just now, a bit lacking compared to the current crop of die-cast models, but adequate enough. And you see even the size of the antenna up top there is a tad bit big. And then the nose wheel here, quite simple, does not have any swiveling functions. So we move to the back area. Here the Malaysia Airlines flag quite proudly sits there, the Malaysia scripture, and then cockpit windows. This is probably the galley here, and then some pitot tubes around here. Now we move to the center. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is one of the landing lights. Again, this nice street line livery. Nothing much to say. I mean, the windows are windows and the doors are doors, but not too detailed. No warning signs on them. Now we'll move to the engines. These are the engines that are found on the DC-10-30. If I'm not mistaken, it's a General Electric engine, CF6. These are the CF6 engines. I think the AV200 mold made the engines a bit too big, in my opinion. They are a bit too long compared to how it is in real life. Nonetheless, they do look quite good. The cowling isn't too detailed. There's no warning signs, it's just a simple silver color. And then you have the engine pylons, basic detailing of course here. Leading edge of the wing, the main landing gear here. I would like to highlight that the landing gears, the wheel hubs are just simple chrome, not painted in grey or white. The tires are of course there, and they're quite rollable as well. Here we move here, and we can see the support structures for the flaps down here. Quite a prominent feature of DC-10s and MD-11s. Well detailed, well sculpted. And then here's the wingtip. You can see the landing light, if I can get it to focus, painted in red on the port side. Okay, doesn't want to focus. We'll just move on. So now we reach the rear. 9mm AV registration number. A small cargo door here at the back, and here the most prominent feature, of course, it is a tri-jet one engine mounted on the vertical stabilizer. It looks quite good, quite detailed there as well. So now we come to the starboard side, similar to how it is on the port side. Just give you guys a quick rundown, so anyone who's planning to search for this scale model can get a closer look. You can see there a cargo door there, mounted, in my opinion, quite close to the wing. Remember, DC-10s also had the issue with cargo doors opening. I'm not sure which cargo door, of course. And then here, the engines, the landing gear, and back to the tail. Now here's a front view of the aircraft. Experts would say that the cockpit windows on the AV200 mold is not the most accurate one, but the DC-10 is quite unfamiliar to me, and so I would say it's acceptable for me. Okay, the nose wheel, adequately small and tiny. Landing gears there, but reminds me of Hogan's landing gears, not as detailed as the current crop of die-cast scale models. Give you guys a human's eye view. We'll go to the wings from the front. Leading edge, leading edge of the wings, the support structure for the flaps, and now a view of those CF6s from the front. It looks quite good, quite detailed. The engine fan blades are rollable. And here is the main landing gear from the front. Quite detailed, I would say, and very solid, very large and very thick. Here's the center bogie. Now this center bogie is a bit undetailed compared to the ones on the underside of the wings. And the front view of the left main landing gear. There you go. That is a nice view of those, of the CF6 and leading edge of the wing. Now we'll try to zoom in onto the engine up top here, and you can see the fan blades also spin, but the fan blades are quite deep in the cowling. You can see there, you can see the fan blade. Okay, it's disappeared. You can see the fan blade and the engine cone. Here we also have a beacon light, but it's not jeweled, it's just a piece of red plastic. Here is a rear view of the airplane. The wings are a bit disappointing. There are no warning signs, it's just a simple silver and then quite sloppily painted there, I would say. The mold for the flaps are also quite blurry, not very sharp looking. Here's the other wing. Now we'll give you guys a rear view. Look at that, the rear engine cone in further detail. There. Now a view of the airplane as if we were to stand, human's eye view under the horizontal stabilizer. Now a top view of the airplane. Yes, look at that. Okay, I'll zoom out a bit. And finally, an underbelly view. Note that this scale model does not have any stand holes, because the stand that comes in in-flights, I mean AV200s and in-flight DC-10s of this era, are ones that clamp the rear of the fuselage. The latest versions all have stand holes, Okay, registration number 9MMAV, jeweled beacon light, plastic. So what is my final verdict for this scale model? I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Of course, you have to forgive it for being a scale model manufactured from more than 10 years ago, but no one else releases die-cast DC-10s as of now, other than again in-flight themselves. I don't have any new in-flight 200 DC-10s in my collection, so I can't compare, but I would say this model is adequate for its time. And this particular livery with this airframe is also quite a rare one, difficult to find, so part of a historical collection. Okay, the model also comes, finally we get to the box of the airplane model, quite detailed. They share one box for different liveries of similar airplanes. As you can see here, this is the one that I have. The other one is the one that Polish Airlines or lot leased from Malaysia. There's also another version in this 9M-M80 registration number. So Malaysia Airlines and lot logo here. AV200, the manufacturer. McDonnell Douglas DC-10-30 in 1:200 scale. And of course produced under license from Boeing Management Company. And here is the rear view of the box. I do not know why there is a photo of two different scale models, totally unrelated to the one that this box comes with, but I guess it's a promotional picture of some sort. Okay, now this is a sleeve. It sits right over the real box itself. So that's all I have for today. If you found that useful, like and subscribe and share if you want. I hope I managed to sway some potential buyers. Okay, alright. Thank you guys.